So far in this course, we've looked at string basics, such as storing a string into a variable and also joining strings. But there is so much more we can do with strings. And now we're going to take a look at some very useful string methods. So if you go into your JavaScript folder and then into the JavaScript basics, I'm going to duplicate the last folder we created. And I'm going to name this number 5, string methods. And then, as ever, open it up in your text editor. And I'll just make that a little bit bigger. Okay, and then change the title to string methods. And then go down, I'm just going to delete the code that we wrote in the last video. So string methods allow us to do a lot more with strings. And the first example I'm going to show you is converting a string to uppercase. So let's start by creating a variable called string. And I'm just going to set that to learning JavaScript. And a semicolon. And then I'm going to create a second variable. I'm going to call that new string. And we're going to set the value of new string equal to the original string. So that's the variable name. And then dot. And then to uppercase. And then the curly brackets and the semicolon. And don't forget the capital letters on every word after the first one. So now we've converted the string to be uppercase. Let's now alert the new string. We can check that's working okay. So alert, and what do we need to alert? Well, that's the value of the new string. So place that in the brackets and then open it up in your browser. There we go, great. So there's our original string and it's all been changed to capital letters. And we can do a similar kind of thing, but we can convert to lowercase. So we can probably guess how to do that. We just need to change string dot to lowercase. And then open that up and check it's working. There we go, so all the capitals are being changed to lowercase now. Okay, so the next method I'm going to show you is what's called string replace. And that is when we look for a certain section or a certain word in the string and we can replace that word. So let's just make a slightly longer string. So I want to learn JavaScript to build websites. Okay, so again we're taking the value of the original string, and then the method we're going to use is string.replace. And then inside the brackets we're going to put in two parameters. The first one is going to be the word that we want to replace. So I'm going to change websites, and then separated by a comma we're putting the word that we want to put in its place. So I'm going to change that to games. So now when we take a look at the alert, we should see websites has been changed to games. So go over to the browser and refresh. And that's exactly what we want. I want to learn JavaScript to build games. So as well as replacing individual words, we can actually split the string up either into individual characters, or we can split up all the individual words. And the way to do that is by using the split method. So I'm just going to go back to the original string of learning JavaScript. And then delete the contents inside the brackets. And this time I'm going to use string.split. And then what we'll put inside the brackets determines exactly where the split is in the string. So if we just put a empty string or quotations with nothing in it, the string will be split up into individual characters. So just refresh the page and you can see with the comma that the string has been split up and it's all now individual characters. And if we want to just split it up into individual words rather than characters, we can put a space. The space in the string will be the marker for where to split that string. So now we should get two separate words. So refresh, and now we've got the word learning and then the word JavaScript separated by a comma. So now they're individual strings. So now we've got two separate words there. We can access the individual words by the index number inside the square brackets. So if we want to access the first word, that'll be position 0. So save and then refresh, and now we've got the word learning. And if we want the word JavaScript, change that to the second word, which is position 1. And now we get the word JavaScript. So now we've split the string into two separate words. We can join these back together by using the concat method. So now we've got two separate words. We're going to create a new variable, and I'll just add this above the alert. So I'll call this join string. And then to add the two strings together, we're going to select the first word. So that was in the new string variable. And then just as we did with the alert, we're going to set that to position 0, which is the word learning. And then dot, and then concat. And then inside the brackets, we're going to add the second string that we want to join on. So hopefully you've worked out what that is. So that is new string, and then the square brackets and position 1. And then now we need to alert the join string. So let's just get rid of that and paste join string in. And then refresh. There we go. So you can see the string has been joined into one string, and there's no comma in between now. So that's good. And the last method I'm going to show you is the string slice. So let's just get rid of the join string variable. Okay, so again we're going to manipulate the original string, but this time we're going to use dot slice with the curly brackets again. And the slice method, it has a start and an end position, and you can slice out a certain section of the string. So the first value is required, and that is the start position. So I'm going to start with number 2, and then separated by a comma. And the second value is optional, which is the end position. So I'm going to use number 6, and then alert the new string. And let's take a look at that. So we've got the word Arnie there, which is this part of the string. So that's position 2, so 0, 1, 2, and then all the way through to 6. Okay, so that's the end of this video, and I hope you've now got a better idea of how you can manipulate strings using string methods. Do take a look at the cheat sheet, which was provided at the start of the course. There's one or two more string methods on there, which you may find useful, and have a little play around with them. So for now, thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.